things we have to keep in mind is something called the angle of reflection. Now, the angle of reflection, it's really kind of cool, and it's how we were able to do our periscope earlier. Is because the light is bouncing, because it's reflecting. If you can imagine, if you are standing 10 or 15 feet apart from a friend of yours, and you're bouncing a tennis ball back and forth. When you bounce the ball down, now gravity plays a little bit of a part here, so it's not exact, but when you bounce the ball down, it will bounce up at the same angle as it was thrown in relation to the ground. And this is what I mean. If you're standing sort of straight over and you throw the ball straight down, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce straight back up and hit you in the face, right? If you throw the ball and it's a really long, gentle angle, it's going to kind of hit and then come back up a little bit. If you throw it at a 45-degree angle, guess what? It's going to come back up at a 45-degree angle. When light reflects, it does pretty much the same thing. So you may have noticed, as I'm moving my hand around, you can see in the mirror my hand moving. Now, if we look at a mirror straight on, we just see our reflection, right? Because there's no angle, really. We're just looking at it flat. So the light goes and it bounces straight back at us. But if we are to turn the mirror, well, now all of a sudden, I'm looking at the door, because the light from the door is bouncing to the mirror and then back to me. Now, as I continue to turn it and change the angle of reflection, I can see, oh, I see my desk and I see my computer. If I swing back around the other way, hey, there I am, because I'm straight on again. Now I see the cabinets behind me. Hey, there's Lord Vader again on the back wall. And there's Big Hero 6. And there's Marvel and DC superheroes, because I want to be equal and balanced. So this angle of reflection changes based on where we are. So if we move, the angle change, or if the mirror moves, the angle will change. If you're in your bathroom and you have a really big mirror in your bathroom, something cool is if you stick your head against the side and look down it, you'll actually see most of the room on the other side in the mirror. It's a real cool kind of optical illusion. The other thing with angle of reflection is if you have two mirrors, and you can do some really cool stuff with angle of reflection with two mirrors. Now, when we were doing the laser pointer, that was kind of a, but this is very cool. So, as you can see, I've got 3 markers now. Still have 3. Now, what if I take the marker and I stick it in the middle a little bit closer? Well, now I have 5. Oh, it's not going to cooperate. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's quite a few. Now, here's a really fun fact. If I take these mirrors and I have them perfectly aligned, and it's going to be real challenging for me to get you to see this, but I'm sure going to try. If I line these mirrors up parallel, all right, and I put the marker in between them, I'm trying to get it so you can see this, because this is just super, super cool. But I don't know if the camera is going to allow me to do it, because you kind of have to have your head in the middle. All right, do this at home. Go in your bathroom. If somebody in your family has a mirror, get it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the mirror and line it up in between you and the bathroom mirror. The angle of reflection will be straight on, so the light is just going to bounce back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And what you get is this really cool optical illusion where it looks like your room is just moving infinitely. Now, you have to have 2 pretty good sized mirrors, otherwise you won't see it, because you're not going to get the angles perfect, so there's going to be this slight sort of angular down, but it's really, really cool. But it's just angles of reflection. So, very basic. Angle of reflection. Alright, here's my hand. Now, as I move it, see how it's moving in and out? I'm changing the angle. Or, if I keep it still and swivel the mirror around, I'm changing the angle. but it's something called the angle of reflection. So however it hits is how it's going to bounce. It's the same angle. All right?